The president says his push to combat violent crime does include plans to send federal agents to Cleveland in the next few weeks. This is a controversial move. We've seen it in Portland, where federal forces are pushing protesters back and using tear gas. They are coming soon to Chicago. Activist groups there have already sued in an effort to keep agents away from those protests. As News 5's Olivia FECTEAU shows us, there are also concerns about the role they will play here in Cleveland.
If they're here to work with the police and help us make our community safer, then we're all for it. But for right now, it just feels like a political ploy.
Cleveland City Councilman BASHEER Jones says he doesn't want this to increase the divide between police and the community.
Many of our community members already feel unsafe by those who are engaged in criminal activities within the community. We don't need to have someone who we hope is there to serve and protect us also there to over-police us.
Federal forces have already been sent to Portland, Oregon, where protests have continued for nearly 2 months. They're also in Kansas City, Missouri.
It's not yet clear when exactly federal agents would arrive in Cleveland if they do in fact come. The White House said these federal forces are intended to help out in cities experiencing violent crime.
I think it is an overreach. The federal government can protect federal properties and pursue federal crimes. And that doesn't seem to be the case here.
Cleveland State Professor of Urban Studies Dr. Ronnie DUNN, who's also the university's chief diversity officer, says most of the cities to which the government is sending federal forces are those under consent decrees.
I find it ironic that they've pulled away or backed out of enforcing these consent decrees, and yet as we near election now, they want to send in federal agents to help police these communities.
Traditionally, he says local leaders can invite the federal government in to help.
But for the government to just say we're sending in federal agents, to my knowledge, this is pretty much unprecedented, other than with the use of the National Guard in times of emergencies.
Councilman Jones hopes he'll get answers soon as to what's happening so he can let his residents know.
But they have to work with us. They can't come here to work against us.
Olivia FECTEAU, News 5.